My beloved child, if this message has found you today, it is not by accident. I know the questions that have been sitting quietly in your heart. I know the moments when you felt unseen, misunderstood, or forgotten. There was a conversation you never heard, words spoken when walls were lowered and honesty flowed more freely. In that moment, someone connected to your story spoke about you in a way that revealed more than they realized. But this message is not really about their words. It is about what I want you to understand about yourself. Listen closely, because something important is being uncovered. There have been days when you wondered whether your waiting had any purpose. You felt like a seed buried deep beneath the soil, surrounded by darkness with no sign of growth. Yet beneath the surface, roots were forming. Strength was developing. Just as winter quietly prepares the earth for spring, I have been preparing you during seasons that felt empty and slow. What others see on the outside is only a small part of the story. They cannot see the wisdom, resilience, and compassion that have been growing within you through every challenge you faced. Nothing you experienced was wasted, my child. I want you to remember this today: your value has never depended on the opinions of other people. Long before anyone spoke your name, I knew your worth. Like a river that slowly carves its path through stone, your journey has been shaping you into someone stronger than you realize. Even when you felt lost, I was guiding your steps. Even when doors remained closed, I was protecting your future. So do not lose hope. The story is still unfolding, and what seems hidden today will become clear in its proper time. Trust the process, trust the growth, and trust that I have been working behind the scenes all along. My dear child, there is something I need you to understand. Many times, you have looked at your life through the lens of what has not happened yet. You focused on the unanswered prayers, the delayed opportunities, and the connections that never seemed to move forward. Because of this, you occasionally believed that nothing was changing. But while you were measuring progress by what your eyes could see, I was working in places your eyes could never reach. The conversations taking place behind closed doors, the thoughts forming in other people's hearts, and the lessons developing within your own spirit were all becoming part of a larger picture. What feels random to you is often part of a design that is still being revealed. Think about a tree standing strong during a storm. What keeps it from falling is not what appears above the ground, but the roots hidden below it. In the same way, the challenges you have endured have been strengthening your foundation. Every disappointment taught you something. Every season of loneliness deepened your understanding. Every moment you felt overlooked pushed you closer to discovering who you truly are. Others may notice your appearance, your voice, or the way you carry yourself, but what leaves the deepest impression is the character being built inside you. That quiet strength, that kindness you continue to show despite your struggles, and that determination to keep moving forward are all reflections of the growth taking place within your soul. So do not allow temporary circumstances to convince you that your future is small. I see the entire path, even when you can only see the next step. The gardener does not panic because the flower has not bloomed yet. The gardener knows the season is coming. In the same way, I know what is ahead for you. There are blessings still unfolding, lessons still becoming clear, and doors that will open at the right moment. For now, continue walking forward with faith. Continue believing that your story matters. Continue trusting that every chapter, even the difficult ones, is leading you towards something greater than you can currently imagine. My child, I have been guiding you all along, and I am not finished with your story yet. My precious one, there were moments when you almost gave up on believing that anything meaningful was happening behind the scenes. You became tired of waiting. You became weary of wondering when things would finally make sense. Yet I want you to know that some of the most important changes in life happen quietly. The sunrise does not arrive all at once. First, there is darkness. Then a faint light appears on the horizon. Little by little, the world begins to transform. That is the season you are in now. What once seemed distant is moving closer, even if you cannot fully see it yet. Many people have misunderstood your journey because they only witnessed fragments of it. They saw your smile but not the battles you fought in silence. They saw your patience but not the tears hidden behind closed doors. They saw the chapters of your life without knowing the entire story. But I have seen everything. I have watched you choose kindness when bitterness would have been easier. I have watched you continue moving forward when discouragement tried to convince you to stop. Like a river that keeps flowing around every obstacle in its path, you have continued growing despite every challenge placed before you. That perseverance has shaped you more than you realize. Listen carefully, my child. The time is coming when you will look back and understand why certain delays happened. You will see how closed doors protected you. You will recognize how unanswered prayers redirected you. You will realize that what felt like rejection was often redirection towards something better. A gardener trims branches not to harm the tree but to help it grow stronger and healthier. In the same way, some experiences removed from your life were never meant to stay forever. Trust what I am doing, even when you cannot see the full picture. Your path is unfolding exactly as it should, and every step is bringing you closer to the purpose, peace, and blessings that have been prepared for you. My beloved child, your best chapters have not been left behind, they are still ahead of you. My beloved child, I know there are times when your heart becomes heavy from carrying questions that seem to have no answers. You wonder why certain people entered your life only to leave. You wonder why some connections felt so powerful yet remained unfinished. You wonder why the things you prayed for did not arrive when you expected them to. But I ask you to look beyond the surface. A sculptor does not create a masterpiece in a single moment. Every careful movement, every adjustment, and every hidden detail contributes to the final work. In the same way, your life is being shaped through experiences that may not yet make sense, but each one has a purpose. There are people who have spoken about you without fully understanding the impact you have had on their lives. Some have admired qualities in you that you barely notice in yourself. Others have been surprised by the strength you carry after everything you have endured. What makes you remarkable is not perfection. It is your ability to keep your heart open after disappointment. It is your willingness to continue believing in goodness after facing hardship. Like a tree that continues to grow after surviving many storms, you have become stronger with every season. The very struggles that tried to break you have become the foundation of your resilience. So release the burden of needing immediate answers. Not every chapter is meant to be understood while you are living through it. Sometimes clarity arrives later, when you can finally see how every piece fit together. Continue walking forward with confidence. Continue trusting the journey I have placed before you. The road ahead contains opportunities you cannot yet imagine, lessons that will strengthen your spirit, and blessings that will remind you why you never gave up. Hold on to hope, my child. What is meant for you is drawing closer, and the future I am preparing will reveal that every step, every delay, and every challenge served a purpose greater than you could see at the time. My dear child, one of the greatest struggles you have faced is the feeling that you have been waiting longer than everyone else. You have watched other people move ahead, celebrate milestones, and step into opportunities while you remained in a season of uncertainty. At times, it felt as though life was passing you by. But what you could not see was that your journey was never meant to follow someone else's timeline. Every flower in a garden blooms at a different moment. The rose does not compete with the lily, and the lily does not envy the sunflower. Each one blossoms according to the season prepared for it. In the same way, your life is unfolding according to a timing that was designed specifically for you. There have been moments when you questioned your own value because certain people failed to recognize it. You looked for validation in places that could never fully satisfy your heart. Yet the truth remains unchanged. Your worth has never depended on how others see you. The ocean does not become less powerful because someone fails to understand its depth. The stars do not stop shining because someone refuses to look up. What I placed within you remains valuable whether others acknowledge it or not. The kindness you show, the wisdom you have gained through hardship, and the compassion you carry are treasures that cannot be measured by human approval. So today, I ask you to stop measuring your future through the disappointments of your past. The chapters behind you were lessons, not life sentences. The doors that closed were not the end of your story. They were simply directions guiding you toward a different path. Keep moving forward with faith. Keep believing that what is meant for you will arrive at the right time. Just as dawn eventually follows the longest night, your season of clarity is approaching. The things that once confused you will begin to make sense. The blessings you feared would never come will appear in ways you did not expect. My precious one, trust the road ahead. I have walked beside you through every valley, and I will continue guiding you toward the future that has been prepared for you. My precious one, there is a reason your heart has not been able to forget certain moments. Some memories continue returning, not to cause pain, but to teach you something important. You have spent time wondering what people truly thought about you, what was said when you were not present, and whether your presence ever mattered as much as your heart hoped it did. But listen carefully, the opinions of others have never had the power to determine your destiny. What matters most is the person you have become through every experience. While others were forming opinions, I was forming your character. While others were speaking words, I was writing a greater story for your life. Think of a mountain being shaped over thousands of years. Wind, rain, heat, and storms all leave their mark. Yet instead of destroying the mountain, those forces help create its beauty. In the same way, every challenge you faced has left a mark on your soul, but not in the way you feared. The hardships did not make you weaker. They taught you patience. The disappointments did not erase your hope. They taught you resilience. The seasons of waiting did not steal your future. They prepared you for it. What once felt like setbacks were often preparations for blessings that required a stronger version of you to receive them. So lift your eyes beyond your current circumstances, my child. Do not become discouraged by what has not happened yet. The story is still moving forward. The pages are still turning. There are people you have not met, opportunities you have not seen, and moments of joy you have not yet experienced. Just as a river continues flowing toward the ocean even when the path twists and turns, your life is moving toward its purpose even when the journey feels uncertain. Trust me when I tell you that nothing has been wasted. Every lesson, every delay, and every unexpected turn has been woven into something meaningful. Keep walking with faith in your heart. Keep believing that better days are ahead. For the path before you is brighter than the one behind you, and the blessings being prepared for your future are greater than anything you have lost along the way. My beloved child, there is something beautiful happening within you that you may not fully recognize yet. You have changed. Not in the way the world measures change, but in the deeper places of the heart. The person you are today is not the same person who began this journey. The trials that once overwhelmed you have taught you wisdom. The wounds that once felt unbearable have taught you compassion. The fears that once controlled your thoughts no longer hold the same power. Like gold refined through fire, you have been transformed through experiences that seemed difficult at the time but were shaping something precious within you. There are moments ahead when you will finally understand why certain chapters unfolded the way they did. You will see connections that are invisible to you right now. You will realize that some delays protected you from paths that were not meant for you. You will discover that some endings created space for new beginnings. A forest does not grow overnight. Year after year, unseen roots spread beneath the ground before towering trees appear above it. In the same way, much of your progress has been taking place beneath the surface. Even when nothing seemed to be happening, growth was occurring. Even when you felt forgotten, preparation was taking place. So do not allow doubt to speak louder than faith. Do not let temporary uncertainty convince you that your future is unclear. I see every step ahead of you. I know every dream you have carried and every prayer you have whispered. Continue moving forward with confidence, even if the path seems unfamiliar. Continue trusting that what belongs in your life will arrive at the right moment. The season you are entering is not one of defeat but of discovery. You will discover new strength within yourself, new opportunities before you, and new reasons to hope. Hold your head high, my child. The story is far from over, and the next chapters contain blessings, growth, and joy that will remind you that I have been guiding you every step of the way. My dear child, as you continue this journey, I want you to release the belief that you must have every answer before you can move forward. Too often, you have paused at the edge of possibility, waiting for complete certainty. But faith was never meant to be built upon seeing the entire road. Faith is taking the next step even when the horizon is hidden by mist. Think of a traveler crossing a valley at dawn. The path ahead is not fully visible, yet with each step, more of the way is revealed. That is how your journey has been. You do not need to know everything today. You only need enough trust to keep moving. There is a quiet strength within you that has grown through every season you survived. You may not always notice it because strength often develops gradually. The tree does not hear itself growing. The river does not measure its own progress as it carves through stone. Yet day by day, transformation occurs. In the same way, your spirit has been expanding. Your perspective has deepened. Your heart has become more understanding. The struggles that once seemed impossible to overcome have become testimonies of how far you have come. Even the moments that felt meaningless have contributed to the person you are becoming. Nothing was accidental. Every experience has added a piece to the masterpiece that is still being created. So as you look toward the future, choose hope over fear. Choose trust over doubt. Choose faith over frustration. The chapter ahead will not be perfect, but it will be meaningful. New opportunities will emerge. New connections will form. New reasons to smile will appear when you least expect them. And when those moments arrive, you will understand that the waiting was not punishment, it was preparation. The delays were not abandonment, they were protection. The uncertainty was not the end, it was the pathway to something greater. Rest in that truth tonight, my precious one. You are loved, you are guided, and you are moving toward a future that is unfolding exactly as it should. The best is not behind you. It is still on its way.